the lovely crowd today.
Christmas is just around the corner, it's freezing outside, and it is stressful deciding what to give all your friends and family for Christmas. I have the perfect solution to all of those problems, and it only takes 45 minutes of your time. No-sew fleece blankets are a great gift to give your friends and family, and very weather appropriate around Christmas. Creating these blankets only costs up to $15 and takes less than 10 steps. In order to create a fleece blanket, you must first buy your fleece, then cut all 4 sides of your fleece, and finally tie your blanket. You can find fleece at many different stores. The places you'll most likely find fleece are craft stores like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Joann. They will likely have good quality fleece and a wide variety of colors and patterns. Next, you must choose the fleece for your blanket. Most fleece blankets have one side with a pattern and the other side with a color. You can choose your pattern based on the person you're going to give the blanket to. Today, I'm making a blanket for a 5-year-old girl, so the pattern is Disney princesses. Next, you will need to have your fleece cut at the fabric counter. You should decide how big your blanket will be based on the person you're going to give it to. This blanket is a 4x4 because it's for a younger girl, but if I was making a blanket for an adult, it would be a 6x6. After you've bought your fleece, you can take it home and get to work. There's a lot of cutting involved whenever making a blanket, so it is smart to have spring-loaded scissors. They are a lot easier to cut through the fleece with because the regular scissors don't cut hard enough. So, first, you want to lay your 2 pieces of fabric on top of each other. You want to make sure that the softer sides are on the outsides so that when the person uses the blanket, they have the softer sides. So, you want to make sure that your fleece is equal on all sides so that it's not unproportioned. So when you're satisfied with the layout of your fleece, you can get to cutting. The first cutting you're going to do is take a 4x4 inch square and place it on the corner. You're going to cut out a corner of 4x4 inch, and if you do that because you want your blanket to go in a circle and so it won't bunch up if it is cut out. So, after you've cut out your 4x4 square, you want to start cutting your slits. Your width and length of your slits really just depends on how you like it, but I make mine long because then it's easier to tie at the end. And you want to make the width about 1 inch or 1.5 inches wide because then you aren't making them too big, but they're also not so skinny that they're going to break off. So, as you cut, I take every other slit and I flip it up. And I do this because I can easily see how long I have to go and how far I'm done. So, you want to cut all the way to the edge, and once you are done cutting, you will start to tie. Okay, so when you tie your knots, I just usually tie 1 and 2 like that. You want to make sure that your knots aren't too tight because then your blanket will bunch up, but you also want to make sure that they're not too loose because if they're too loose then it'll easily break right here. So, you go through and you tie your blanket. So I usually start in the middle and I work my way out because if I start over here, then it usually gets bunched up in this corner and then it's a lot harder to tie in the end. Tying is the easiest part because all you have to do is go around to each side and make knots. So this, once you have all your sides tied, your blanket will look like this on the edges. And when you're done, you have a fleece blanket. So, making a fleece blanket really only involves 3 simple steps: buying your fleece, cutting it, and then tying it. Fleece blankets make great, easy gifts, and they only take about 45 minutes to make, but a lot less time if you have these spring-loaded scissors. They're good for all ages and a pretty cheap homemade blanket. Now you don't ever have to worry about cold winters or last-minute gifts again. All you need is 45 minutes, fleece, and some spring-loaded scissors.